Good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the Collat's law, Faraday law and the cells, their type and their usage. So first of all we are discussing about the Collat's law of the independent migration of the ions. Then first of all, what is the law? The Collat's law says that the limiting molar conductivity of any of the electrolyte is sum of the limiting molar conductivity of their cation and anion. For example, if you have an electrolyte that is a sodium chloride in an aqueous medium which is breaking in the form of sodium ion and chloride ion, then the limiting molar conductivity of the electrolyte NaCl is sum of the limiting molar conductivity of the sodium ion and limiting molar conductivity of chloride, and this is the Collat's law of independent migration. If the limiting molar conductivity of sodium is X, sodium ion is X, and chloride ion is Y, then the limiting molar conductivity of the NaCl will be X plus Y. And this is the Collat's law of independent migration. Now we are going to discuss about the Faraday law. Now we are discussing the Faraday law about the electrolysis of the electrolyte. So there are two Faraday law. Now we are seeing the first law, that is the first law of Faraday. The first law of Faraday says that the amount of electrolysis is directly proportional to the charge supplied for a specific substance, or you can write that the amount of electrolysis is proportional to the charge, or amount of electrolysis is proportional to IT, as Q equal to IT. But according to second law of Faraday, it says for the different amount of electricity, the amount of electrolysis is directly proportional to its equivalent weight. That means the amount of electrolysis is proportional to equivalent weight. Or we can say that the amount is proportional to Z, where Z is considered as an equivalent weight. From equation 1 and 2, from first law and second law, you can say, we can say that the amount is proportional to Z and I. Or we can put an proportionality constant, so the amount equal to Z IT upon F. We are seeing a question on it, and it is a very important topic for your board point of view. We will see one question, and again you will see some of the questions from your exercise from other books. If a constant current of 5 amperes, that the I equal to 5 amperes, is passed through silver nitrate solution having atomic mass of silver 108, is passed through for 20 minutes. Find amount of silver deposited. So when we will see the formula, that is the amount of electrolysis equal to Z IT upon F. The Z is the equivalent weight, that is the atomic mass of silver upon N factor. For the AgNO3, Ag plus and NO3 minus, the N factor will be 1, so it will be 108. 108 by 1 equal to 108. Now current. Here we have seen that the value of current is 5 ampere. Now time is given already 20 minutes. We will convert it into SI system, that is second. 20 into 60 divided by Faraday. Generally we use the Faraday value 96500. Even actual value of the Faraday constant is 96487, but generally we use this value 96500. Now by solving this, we will get the amount of the silver deposited. So it is a 10812. Now into 5 1 ja, 5 9 ja, and 5 3 ja. That is 108 into 193 into 2 into 6. Sorry. Upon 193. By solving it, it will be 108 into 12 divided by 193 equal to. So here it is 6.715 grams. That this much amount of silver will be deposited by passing 5 ampere current through a silver nitrate aqueous solution for 20 minutes if the value of Faraday constant is 96500. Now we are going to see some of the cells whatever given in your syllabus. So here we will have to discuss about two different type of the cell, that is the primary cell and the secondary cell. When we talk about the primary cells are those of the cells which are non-rechargeable. In our daily life we use some of the cells like Lagrange cell or the cell which is used in our clocks or some of the radio sets and other sets. Another example is one of the best example, that is generally called as a button cells, and we call it the mercury cells, and these two are the best example of the primary cells. Then how will you know that this cell is the primary cell? Generally we say that the primary cells are the non-rechargeable. So these of the cells cannot be recharged again and again. When you will see some of the structure of such type of cell, we are seeing the normal dry cell. The uppermost layer is made up of the zinc, which is the negative pole of the cell, which is covered with a plastic coating, and this plastic coating is responsible for making it leak proof. So this is the leak proof coating on the cell. Inside the cell there is a carbon rod made up of the graphite, which is covered with a brass cap. This brass cap is only responsible for making the contact hard, which avoid the removal or the shortening of the rod. Other materials which are fed inside the system, that is the ammonium chloride, NH4Cl, MnO2, manganese dioxide, and carbon black. In this way, the MnO2 on reacting with the zinc gives the redox reaction, which is responsible for the proceeding of reaction, which is responsible for the generation of the electricity. It is a 1.5 volt cell. The next one is the mercury cell. We have seen that it also has the same condition, but in that one, instead of the manganese dioxide, the mercury is filled. Sometimes we say that why not mercury is filled in this one, because we know that the mercury is very costly material. A very small cell have a very heavy cost, so that material cannot be filled in this much size of the cell, that is very small cell, but that have a very long durability. Even the voltage supply is the same. But when you will see the secondary cells in your syllabus, there are two main secondary cells are given. The first one is called the acid lead battery. In the acid lead battery, there is a medium which is sulfuric acid having density 1.25 kg per liter. By diluting it, we make it 1.25 kg per liter because the density of the sulfuric acid is much higher than this value. Now in this one, we put iron plate, lead, iron, lead, iron, and in this way we generate different cells. Each of the cells have 2 volts of capacity, and in this way when they are combined with each other in a series combination, they make a 6 volt or 12 volt battery. Generally in our house the 12 volt battery are used. In this one also the lead reacts with sulfuric acid, lead oxide reacts with sulfuric acid making the lead sulfate, and in this way the redox reaction proceeds, which is responsible for the generation of the electricity by the chemical reaction, and the reaction is reverting with the help of the electricity making the cell reversible, making the cell rechargeable. The another important cell is the fuel cell, whatever you have already studied in your previous class, that is the class 11, and that is also known as hydrogen cell. What is the special in the case of the hydrogen cell? In the case of hydrogen cell, the major reaction is H2 plus O2 gives H2O. That means the product is water, which is eco-friendly, which is bio-friendly, and the cell have a very high efficiency. And in this way, hydrogen cell is one of the best cell which is capable to generate the fuel energy in the form of the electricity, and this is the reason why hydrogen cell is preferred over other cells. This is the cell which was first ever used by Apollo 2nd, which was the spaceship introduced by the America, USA. In that one, the hydrogen cell was used as a electricity supply or the backup sources, and in this way the hydrogen cell becomes very much famous. Some other cells are also given in your syllabus. You can read by yourself. Thank you. Stay safe.